Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his cap, called it macaroni.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Hi guys, quick update for you. For those of you that watched the trailer, or the light upgrade for the trailer, I've had the second lot of LED bulbs come through. Much brighter. Unfortunately, they don't seem to work when they're in the holder. Take them out of the holder, connect the wires to the bulb, works fine. So they've gone back as well. Decided to cut my losses and just buy some LED light units with the LEDs already built in. So when they come, I'll give you an update on them. For now, going to be fitting some rear foot pegs. Keep Mrs. Yankee's feet happier and hopefully a bit more comfy, and they'll be a little bit more in style with the rest of the bike. There's a few bits and pieces gone onto it since you last had a quick look, so I'll show you around it now. Oh, incidentally, my mini windfall of today. That's the bag that came through. There's the fairing kit for the, I think it was for a ZX6 if I remember rightly. So plenty of fixings and fittings in there. That's, I don't know, plenty in there anyway. And if anybody wants an alarm, just inbox me. It's 2 PIRs, totally independent. Right, and it's free by the way. So what have we done to the bike since you last had a look? We've put the new bits in there, all nice carbon fibre boot protector plates, one either side, and we've swapped the front foot pegs over already, so they're all done. And we've put in the blanking plates to get rid of some of those holes there. Going to do these bolts, change these to black as well. All the front bolts have now all been changed to black. What else have we done? I think that's all we've done for the minute. We've got our eyes on 2 exhausts on Fleabay that we're watching. I'll just bring you back round this side so you can see round here. There's the other carbon on that side. Foot peg there. Might need to just adjust the brake lever, the gear lever. The brake lever seemed okay when I sat on it earlier on, but I forgot to check the gears. So we're going to take off these factory ones here and replace these with black ones, and then we'll see how it looks. Stay with me. Okay, so that's the rear foot pegs out of the bag, and on unwrapping them, I had a little bit of a revelation. These are actually identical to the ones that I bought to fit on the front of the bike for lowering from China, which were about as much use as a fish having tits, to be honest. And they were actually for the rear. No wonder they didn't fit. So I've actually got a spare pair of these now. Not that I will fit them. These English ones actually do feel a lot more beefy, a little bit heavier, but I think they'll probably last longer. So let's start by getting the old ones off. Okay, so hopefully that will be lined up roughly on where we need to work. What we've got in there, we've got a spring clip underneath there, which I've just loosened one side off so I can get that out a bit easier. And then you've got the pin going through. I've got to try and catch this spring clip before it goes pinging all over the place and ends up in my tyre. And then inside there's springs and ball bearings. So we'll try and catch all of that lot. Bear with me. One spring clip. Push the pin up a little bit. That's the pin out. Come on, gently slide it out. go. I think you should be able to see that. That's the unit come out. There's the I'm not sure what you call that part, with a clip at the bottom, and in between there is the sprung loaded ball bearings, which give it the bit of resistance and stops it from spinning down. Okay, now as is usual, I've forgotten to put gloves on, so I've got shitty hands already. But, give them a wipe off. These are fairly easy to put in, so I do apologise if I'm teaching anybody to suck eggs. So we have a new now on the new ones. We actually have 2 springs and 2 ball bearings to go in. We just put the ball bearing and the springs in there. Is that the right side? Yeah, it is. Sometimes get these crazy ideas that I've got it backwards. Okay, so that's basically how they'll sit in there. And then the clip will go over. Something like this. This could take some tricky editing. Okay, so I think that's in. That's better. It is now. That pin looks surprisingly long, but it's not. Line the new pin up. Come on. There we go. There we go. Fully functioning. And we just put the little star washer back on the bottom. I'm hoping I can do it without taking the silencer off. You don't need to see me faff with it anyway. Trust me, I'm going to put it on. Okay, so it's in. There's a little clip there. And I didn't have to take the silencer off. There's a little bit of faff for my big bunch of bananas, but as you can see, it's in. One of the ball bearings is there, the other one's diagonally opposite, and that will spin round and locate into a recess there when the peg comes down. Job done. And that ball bearing from the back has now moved to the front. So that's in there. There's a little bit of movement, but nothing too substantial. All locates back in there nicely. That's pretty good for me. Job done. Okay, move around. I'll do the other side. I won't film doing that because you've seen one. The other one's going to be exactly the same. So yeah, job done. Okay, so that's the second one in place. And you see how it works. Lovely jubbly. Give myself a heart attack then. I thought I'd damage the can. Wonderful torch. It's about oh, it must be a good 10 years old. Good old snap-ons, man. Okay, so that's it. Job done. They're all on, done and dusted as you saw. Next upgrade will be the lights, hopefully, on the trailer. They will have come and I can show you the difference. As I said, if anybody wants those alarms, just inbox me, you can have them. They worked really well, but I got given a big ADT alarm for nothing, installed for free, so I've gone with that, which keeps it a bit safer in here. While I'm chatting to you now, just very quickly, I want to say thank you to the people that have helped me overcome my lack of confidence with doing these. I'm crap at this type of stuff, and a bit of a blunderer when it comes to working on the bike, but I like to do as much as I can myself. So I'll always have a go, I'll ask questions, and to be honest, if I fuck it up, I fuck it up. But if I do, there's always someone just around the corner that can come and help out. So thank you, Delboy from Delboy's Garage. Huge inspiration into me doing this type of stuff. Also thank you to Johnny Cactus, who again has been a big inspiration for me doing this. And if I can blunder along and help somebody that blunders a little bit more than myself, then happy days. Time for some cake. Catch you later, guys. Bye.